Hey everyone, it's the Hey Poopy Podcast. What that booty do from poop to pleasure to health. Hosted by me, Dave.
And me, Ellen. Two curious people removing the stigma from your stinker. And why are we doing this? Because we love laughing and learning about butts and helping them to be the best they can be. And on this week's episode, we have my dear friend Julia Segal on, who talks everything about pooping herself, being a mom with little ones that poop, and all different kinds of things that the butt do.
Oh yeah. We actually had, for our show, we actually had someone pooping on air.
Yes.
So you get to tune into that, and you also get to hear cool clips like this.
One time I was dating a guy, and I fell asleep in his bed, and I was eating a candy bar, and I didn't realize that I hadn't finished it. I dropped some of it, and it melted in the night, and I was sleeping. You know exactly where this is going. Yep. And when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I shit everywhere.
So you thought it was shit.
And then you have to do the thing where you're like, is it? Am I going to smell it and or lick it to figure out what you're is this?
That's shit. That's definitely shit.
Like, don't worry.
Oh my God.
Don't worry. It was just chocolate. But really, thank goodness it was just that, because I can't imagine. I've never actually been so drunk that I shit my pants, but I mean, I know people that have.
So yes, I mean, she was fantastic.
Yes.
Really funny.
Very funny. Very fun. And it was great seeing her.
Yeah, she was fantastic. I highly suggest you go follow her on all the socials. She'll make your day. Yes.
She makes her own memes that are hilarious. And she did a couple that are poop related. And I was like, you got to come on the show.
Yes. And speaking of shows, if you'd like to know more about this show and Ellen and myself, you can go to heypoopypodcast.com and you'll find out all the wonderful world of this show and what it can do for you.
Yes. And on to the shit show.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
Yes, it is a podcast, and it's about poop.
And so much more. This is the Hey Poopy Podcast with
Dave
and Ellen, and this is episode 176, but it'll always be number 2 to us, the magic number. And we have a very special guest today, Julia Segal. Hi, darling.
Hi.
Welcome to the
Looking
show.
very delicious, all the
you.
way in California, I think. Are you still in California?
Yeah, I'm still in LA, yeah.
Nice.
So Julia, before we go into who our guest is, what they do, we love to know about your poo. How have you been pooping recently?
I have been doing great. It's really, for me, more about, I have 2 little kids, so it's really now I've been concerned with their poops more than mine, to be honest. I've got
That's what happens with moms.
got 3 butts to wipe every
Wow.
day.
You have a lot going on.
I have a lot going on. I'm like, did you spray with the bidet yet? I'm not going in there until you do. And the littlest one loves saying goodbye to his poop when he flushes it.
I used to do that
He's
as a kid.
He's like, goodbye, poop. You can use the toilet paper as a blanket.
Nah. That's so funny.
How old are they?
They are, one just turned 5 and then one's 7. So
Oh, wow.
they are up right on the cusp of being able to. They really should be wiping their own butts, but
Yeah.
when they do it, it's
Yeah,
a
party.
hit or miss situation.
Oh, right, yeah. It's a kind of choose your own adventure.
They're like, sure, I got it, right? And then
yeah,
the
I think I did a
streaks.
good job.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. You're like, no.
What's that smell? What are those streaks?
Oh,
Why are you itching yourself?
Oh,
Lord.
wow.
Yeah,
Well,
I think the
strength.
last time I saw you was right before the Pandy when you were in Brooklyn visiting with the little ones. So
oh yeah,
I saw them back
that was
then.
fun. Oh, it was a heat wave though.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, at least I'm not carrying around diapers anymore.
True.
I mean, it's definitely better than that.
Oof.
That was like the worst. Now I can just go into a bathroom and hold their hands while they're
Aw.
pooping.
For strength. Just need you to hold, mommy, I need you to hold my hand.
Yeah,
Nice.
they need support. They literally are like, oh man, this is good. This is a bad one. This is a bad one.
That could be a job for somebody.
Really.
Just a hold hand.
I'm sure really rich people have that.
I used
have
to
that
take
person, the like
yeah.
support.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to take my cats in the bathroom with me when it was a really difficult poo. I was like, I need you here for moral support.
Oh my
And I'd
god.
hold my cat on my lap, and they'd be like, "Get me!"
Oh my god.
out."
That's a lot of activity.
It is a lot of activity, but it was it was having a hard time.
The cat's like, I wish I had a mouth so I could say,
Yeah. What the
"Please stop
fuck?
this."
It's like animal abuse. Oh my
I
god.
can't cry for help. This is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they probably
Yeah,
get used
my
to it.
kids are like, are you pooping? Can I come in? Can I see it? Can I? No and no. But they always want to see theirs, so I let them most of the time. And then they're like, oh, that's a big one. That's a daddy. That's what they call it.
That's a daddy. Oh my god.
They're
That's a
living up to
daddy.
daddy's poos.
Yeah, right. Daddy status.
I'm like, I don't know. It's
That should
a
be
big
a-
one. But you know, you can have a big mommy too. You can have a big they can have a baba, whatever.
Yeah.
That should be
They
an
have to
extra.
learn.
That should be an extra step on the Bristol stool chart. Daddy, daddy status. That's like the secret menu, like In-N-Out Burger, like that.
Yeah, I posted that video on Instagram a couple days ago with like a 3-year-old having a tantrum because he couldn't wipe the dad's butt. And he's like screaming and he's like, "Let me wipe your butt."
Oh
and,
my gosh, isn't that crazy when they're like that? I know.
And the dad's like,
They
"No."
get so angry at the silliest things. It's pretty wild. Right now, they're like really like they really like things that scare them. So they're just like, "Why won't you let me watch it? Like, why won't you let me? Why won't you let me watch Nightmare on Elm Street?" And then they like want to know about it, but you're like, I know you're curious, but
You're not
you
ready.
can't go back. You can't go back to innocence once you like
Yeah,
hear it, and then you'll never sleep again.
Yes.
You'll actually be chanting the Freddy song in your head, and you'll be miserable for the rest of your life. So you don't want it. You just don't want to. Just trust me on it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Like you're not ready.
There's a time and a place
Yeah.
for that, and that's a couple years from now.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's a lot.
Dave,
is,
how have you
it
been
is.
pooping recently?
Pretty good. I had a little. We were talking before the show. I had a potluck with my neighbor, my wife and I, and he made all this like food he had just laying around, just like, leftover stuff, and then we brought stuff over, and I ate so much. We drank so much wine too, and I was like completely bloated all last night, and then into this morning, and then I finally just got it all out. It was like glorious,
the
but I still
beast.
feel just so bloated still.
Oof.
And then I went to the bathroom at work again. I got a new job, and like I always go in this big giant stall, and people are like occasionally in there with me, not in the stall, but the stall next to me. Yeah, I'm like, hey, can you move over? No. And I don't know why anybody would choose the little small stall, like just have the big one. It's fantastic. So yeah, so there's 2 dumps today.
Ah, one before work and one at work.
Yeah, one before work, one at work, and there'll probably be one.
well,
later
you know,
tonight.
a lot of people say that it's great to poop on company time.
Yes.
It's,
Yes. We talked about that in the last episode, actually.
Yeah.
it's
Get
definitely a
paid.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get paid to poop.
Yes, I try to hold it in, but I get it. I get it that like it feels nice to waste that time. I'm like, you can waste that time and pretend like you're pooping. You don't have to actually
Oh yeah, you can just sit in there, look on your phone or something, or you know.
just sit in there. Just sit there with your phone.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm doing a different kind of business though. So, but it was good, you know. Nothing to write home about. Ellen,
I pooped twice today, and I would like to say that I'm back to like not so solid, but my stomach feels really flat today. I don't know what happened because I'm still trying to take the Pure for Men to bind me up. But the only thing I can think of is I went to this vegan restaurant last night and had like buffaloed cauliflower and like a kale salad. And so I just think the vegan stuff was like just
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
through me
Probably.
today. Just like, so
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wish I understood my stomach enough to know what actually makes me feel those things. I don't listen to my body enough. I just am like, oh, that looks good to eat, and then I eat it, and then I'm always like tummy ache, farts, like miserable, and I'm like, is this lactose intolerant? Is this glucose? I don't know.
Yeah.
You need like
Something
a food
wrong,
poop
but I'm not
log.
willing to. Yeah, I just don't want to cut it out to like figure out which thing it is.
Yeah. You just want to enjoy it.
I want to enjoy it for the short term and then complain about it for hours later. Yes.
Yeah.
Taste buds happy, rest of me not so happy.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. You're like, this is going to wreck me. Fuck it. It's worth it.
I mean, like, if you told me that I couldn't eat pasta anymore, would I listen? I don't know. I don't think I would. So it's like, maybe I shouldn't know. Maybe it's better to not know.
Yeah. No.
What is making me sick?
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, right? So you can just be like, fuck it. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Yes, ignorance is bliss when it comes to food. But yes, I have tummy troubles a lot. And I feel like there's definitely something that I'm doing on a daily basis that is not right.
Yeah. I hear you.
I agree. I'm there. And then I just eat it
that
anyway.
are like, that like people that are on like keto diets, and I'm like, I don't know how you do that. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you care about your body and you're listening to it, and you feel, and you feel great all the time. But besides that, how do you do it?
It's gonna get in that wheel. I feel like once you do it for the first couple of days, it's like anything else. You just keep doing it, and eventually you get in that routine. But it doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I know. I actually went to an Italian restaurant with a bunch of people recently, and one woman there was like, I don't eat cheese.
What?
And we were like, I don't know what you're gonna do here.
Yeah.
You don't eat any dairy. You don't eat any dairy.
You came to the wrong place.
Yeah.
You can't have garlic bread. You can't have. She was just sitting there like.
Did she have a
Salad, yeah.
She was just an alcoholic.
She got her calories that way.
Yeah.
That's all she could have.
Wow. She's like, I have an aperitif.
She looked great though. She looked really good.
She's like eating air sandwiches. She's like, this is great.
And washing it down with wine.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I can't really. Let me go to this restaurant that I definitely can't eat anything in it. This is like a good decision.
I was just like, I don't know if I would be able to do that. I'd be like, I don't eat anything with milk, but we're here. I'll
just rush home.
I'll just fart all the way home in the car by myself. It'll be fine.
Well, I don't eat gluten, so if a friend suggests a restaurant, I'll look at the menu and be like, oh yeah, there's like 3 things on here I can eat. But if it's like like Italian food is really hard for me because it's all gluten just as much as it's all dairy. And so I'll be like, there's nothing really I could eat there. Could we go somewhere else? Like.
And then she's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. This is it.
You get wine and salad and suck it up.
Salad. Exactly.
Like, how do you smell garlic bread without eating it? That's like such a...
Oh, I miss bread so much. So much.
And why don't you eat it? Because it makes you feel...
Yeah, it makes me feel awful. I have chronic Lyme disease, and it just flares the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's got to be some substitute.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's tons of like gluten-free. Like Trader Joe's makes everything gluten-free, and they make incredible gluten-free pasta. The only problem is I have to eat it at home.
Yeah. Remind me, I have this awesome recipe. Side note, I have this amazing recipe for a gluten-free bread that does not even look like gluten. So most gluten-free bread, sometimes you see it, you're like, what the fuck is this? But this like you cut.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Blind taste test. But it's like the only thing that sucks about it, there's so many different kinds of flours you got to put into it that it's like it takes forever to make. But once you make it, it looks really nice. So I'll send you that. After this.
I'm down.
But speaking of which, maybe we should find out more about our guest.
Yeah. So Julia, what do you do besides your poo?
Well, right now I was raising the kids for a while, just concentrating on that. I'm getting back into doing social media stuff. So I've been starting to do it for myself, but I'm probably going to start doing it for a show soon. That's what I did before I had them when I was pregnant, I stopped doing TV writing and I started going into doing social media for TV shows, which was fun for me. Except one of them was like a show that's at midnight and they needed someone to like live like tweet. And so I had to be like up at midnight East Coast time doing it. But besides that, I didn't have kids then, so whatever. You're up. But now that I have kids, it's I'm picking and choosing, but I'm going back into that because they're both in school now, not just like I'm in school till 12 o'clock. That's not really,
Yeah.
much. But this one is like now the youngest one's in kindergarten. So I've been doing a lot of Instagram stuff for myself, just kind of warming back up to it. And it's
I've
been
seen
fun.
it. It's hilarious.
Thank you. I feel like I'm getting like 1,000 new followers a week, which I don't know if that's good or
Wow.
bad, but it feels like a steady like gain.
Is it like bits or something? Or what do you or?
It's just
No, you're like-
memes like that I make.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
kind
okay.
of like I'll look at a picture and then just think of make a joke out of the picture or whatever. A lot of it is about my themes are really like sluts, tummy ache,
Poop.
and poop, and
That's why I asked
like,
you to be on the
and,
show.
like, being depressed.
Yeah.
Okay, well
Or
rounded.
not being depressed, and
Right.
then you get depressed again. You
Yeah.
know, that cycle.
Gotcha.
Those are the themes, and I feel like they're relatable to a lot of people, which is nice because sometimes it does feel a little lonely when you're like, am I the only one that thinks like this? And then you realize,
No.
no, you're honest with yourself and with others. And my therapist was like, you have to journal. And I'm so stubborn about certain things. Journaling, meditating, those things are so hard for me naturally. Like my therapist was actually like, you need to do mushrooms. You need to do mushrooms.
Here, take this
You
bag.
can't meditate. And if you do mushrooms, at least you'll be like from a 0 meditation to like a 50%, and then you'll be able to meditate. So even journaling was like, I remember saying to her, what if I don't know what to write? I don't what do I do? She's like, you're just supposed to write. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write until you can think of something. And I was like, that's the plot of The Shining. Like, he just keeps writing the same
Yep.
thing. That's crazy.
You're turning me into a killer. Is that what you're saying, Doc?
Yeah. You're telling me to be a crazy person, that he had the right idea. But I think really it's just like about figuring out what makes you happy and making yourself kind of express yourself. Yeah.
I thought it
So
was
it's
funny.
nice.
I was
It's been
great to
fun.
see you popping up on there and being funny again. And like,
Yes.
and then you did some poop ones. And I was like, hey, do you want to come on the show?
I did some poop ones, I know. Well, it is one of those things that, like, even that stuff, I remember I was like, I think I made one the other day that was just like a girl in sexy, like, booty shorts, like the American Apparel gym ones. And it just says on the back, like, I poop from here. And I was like, I would love to have these. Like, I think that would be so funny. But when I was younger, or before I was able to just not care what I said, I think I would have been like, that's weird. Like, don't talk about that. Or, why would you want to wear those shorts? That's crazy. And now I'm like, do whatever you want.
You're
Yeah.
like, can I get those shorts? You're like,
Yeah.
where?
Get those
Those
shorts. I know. I
available?
got to get them made.
Yeah. Look on
Dave
Etsy.
and I need to make them for our
I
shop.
know
let's
you
go.
need to make them. I know you need to make them. Make them for the show. We'll make.
I like
poop from
Juicy
here.
Couture font.
Yeah.
Yes. Just
Oh,
I
God.
poop from here, just in case people don't know when they're looking.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I
What
got it now.
actually
That clears that up.
Yeah, Amy Schumer had that skit. There's like girls twerking, and it's like, I shit from here. I shit from here. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I definitely. It's so funny to me because now the younger people, they're just all about ass play and like. I don't know, like in
Yeah.
a way that
Yeah.
never was a normal hetero whatever norm thing. When I was younger, nobody would have been like, yeah, I eat ass, like a third date. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And now I feel like that's like second base.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
There
ass
was
is second base.
this comedian Shane Torres did this whole thing about is like the frequency or and just how fast we went from not eating ass to eating ass, like, you know, as a first date kind of thing, is like, is shocking. It's like we should all be terrified. It just went from 0 to 60 in like.
I mean, you know, I have 2 little boys, and now I'm like, oh, they're definitely gonna get pegged one day. Like their life, that's gonna be such a norm.
Yeah,
like they're gonna be like, I had my first pegging. You know, like it's gonna be.
Am I bringing the strap on, or you got your own? Like, what do you want to? How we doing this?
Exactly. Like we're gonna throw strap-ons at their wedding. Like that's what they just do.
Totally.
Like it's so, and I love that. I mean, I love the fact that like. I think it comes with gender not being so important, that it's like, why am I saying, oh, don't do that because it's, you know, seen in some way.
Yeah, it was seen as emasculating, where it's a pleasure zone and it's okay to enjoy your erogenous zones, including your butthole. Like, it's totally fine. You know, it's not for everybody. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. But if you want to explore, go ahead and do it.
Yeah. I know. And I think that's with everything. It seems like it's so nice to see, as far as, yes, gender just being like, what are we doing here? Gender is a made up thing. And then, rules in the bedroom. It's like, this is made up. Why do we care? That being said, my husband will not let me peg him.
You've tried, it sounds like.
I've asked.
You're like, can I just give it back one time?
You're like, yeah, what's going on back there?
I know. Well, it's so funny how you can be married to someone and really you're like, wait, we never talk about certain things. Like, you know what I mean? You're just like, oh, wait, do you like if someone spits in your mouth? Because we've never done that before.
My wife would.
I'm down, but like, I don't know if you'd want that.
Oh my God.
You're like looking in their porno history, and they're like, "Oh, so that's your kink?
Oh my
Should we
God.
talk?"
I'm trying to picture me spitting in my wife's mouth. She would.
Exactly. Well, you have to talk about it, right? You can't
completely.
Just do
But then there's those things that don't need to be talked about because you just know, like you know them so well. You're like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, but if you saw your wife's search history and it was like spit in mouth porn, and you'd be like,
first of all, I would, that would be great. But I could, you know, they say never. I could guarantee that is not her search history. Like 100% certainty that she doesn't. Oh my God, this would be so fucking funny. I'm gonna ask her about that tonight. I'm like, can I spit in your mouth? She's like, what?
I mean, I feel like my husband and I were married for at least 5 years before I was like, wait, what? I mean, I know like some things about what you like, but like, like what are you looking up, searching on the regular? Like, I feel like I was more talkative about it than he was, and then it was like mostly like porn stars, and then I'm like, I'll look this person up, see what they look like, and then I was like, looks like me.
Boom. Yeah, my wife would be horrified at the porn I look at on Twitter. She'd be like, what the fuck? She's always like, that's on Twitter? They have porn on Twitter? I'm like, where have you been? I'm like, yes. She's like, oh my God, it's crazy. I gotta look for some...
Well, because Twitter is like more open-minded, I feel.
We're not
but
censored.
They don't care as much as Instagram. Instagram's so...
But
like,
I just couldn't stop laughing. She's just like, what? Hey, there's porn? I was like, I gotta start looking for some porn. I'm like, you do that.
Tell me what you're searching.
Please
that Twitter was that like that until the Tommy Lee thing recently. I was like, oh, he showed like his penis and they're not taking that down. And I was like, oh, they let you do that? Cool.
That's like PG compared to some of the shit that I'm watching. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Years ago, a friend of mine was like, oh, don't go on our other friend's Twitter. And I was like, now you've piqued my curiosity. And the banner on top was his gaping butthole. And I was like, whoa, you got right in there.
Yeah.
Like,
he's letting it all hang out.
Yeah.
Literally.
Deeply in there. I know. Yeah. I remember I once walked in on a guy looking at porn, and he was so zoomed in to a picture of a girl's butthole that I was like, I don't even know. You could be looking at a picture of the moon. Like, you don't know. It's too close. You're too close to the inner anus. And I don't know how this is a turn.
He's like, I love it like this little spot right here.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's like I just want to be a probe. Like he
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to be inside that.
he's like a Mars rover. He's like, who? Where can we go?
Colonoscopy.
Yeah, we're going to Centaur 18, and that's part of the
God.
map.
This guy would have been too horny to do a colonoscopy for anyone. No, he would freak out.
He's like, oh my god, you guys got the cameras? It's like, nice. It's like, all right. We're recording all this, right?
Woo! My
He's
goodness.
got a whole hard drive of that.
There's something. I'm sure that he's happy now that I mean, this was probably 10 years ago, so I definitely think that now, with everything becoming clearer images, and
I've been waiting for
He's
this.
probably
He's like, oh,
HD,
finally. He's
4K.
like, oh my god. He's like, I got into this 4K technology just to like. He's like doing innovations for it. He's like, the anus is so crystal clear now. Oh my
I
god.
was just looking at blurred anuses
Yeah.
before this.
He's like, back in my day, we had blurred anus.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I love how this is all butt talk. Julia, talking about butt talk, can we go into some of our regular questions, or do you have any stories for us about butts, poop, or anything else?
Accidents, possibly?
Let me see. Poop stories. Poop stories. Poop stories.
I mean, I can ask you our regular
One
questions.
time,
Oh.
well, it's not poop, but it's poop adjacent. One time I was dating a guy and I fell asleep in his bed and I was eating a candy bar and I didn't realize that I hadn't finished it. I like dropped some of it and it melted in the night and I was sleeping. You know exactly where this is going.
Yep.
And when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I shit everywhere. Like,
So you thought it was shit.
and then you have to do the thing where you're like, is it? Am I going to smell it and or lick it to figure out
Yeah.
what
You're
is
like-
this?
That's shit. That's definitely shit.
Don't worry.
Oh my
Don't
god.
worry. It was just chocolate. But really, like, thank goodness it was just that, because I can't imagine. I've never actually been like so drunk that I shit my pants, but I mean, I know people that have.
Yeah.
And so
We have a whole show about
I
it.
usually don't drink that much.
Yeah, yeah.
I try to stop before that.
Before the shit in your pants starts.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to think if there's any other like real good poop stories. Really, it's all kids and the silly things they do, and the whole like, a lot of times when they're like, they like to narrate the whole thing. So they'll hold your hand, then they're looking right into your eyes. Like there's no like looking away they're like, look at me. And then they're like,
Welcome, Murray.
it's coming out. Not done. It's a big one. Yes. It's coming. It's gone. We're done. Okay. And then they're like, I don't need the book after all. They're like,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask for a book. I don't need a book anymore. So that kind of stuff is like, it's always really, I try to not laugh and take it seriously, because I don't want them to be like, get weird, be in therapy one day being like, my mom laughed at me when I was pooping. And now I look at anuses all day long.
Yeah.
To get stuff.
Zooming in on anuses. Like, thanks, Mom.
But like, I really have to just be like, I'm serious with you and I'm here with you and I'm present and you're safe. But, I think that I'm lucky. I didn't have kids that, a lot of kids, they'll hold it in. They hold in their poop.
Yeah.
Want to do it. And my kids, they were like, they were pretty relaxed about the whole thing. So it's been nice. Maybe too relaxed though, because they
Yeah.
will. Yeah.
A
lay
little too
back
much
to bed.
relax. A little too much comfort.
Yeah. They're like, hey, everybody who wants to come in and see my poop, they're like really still proud of it and everything. But yeah, I think I did a good job with the potty
Nice.
training.
Clearly.
Was it easy to potty train? Because we've had so many different stories.
It was for me. I think a lot of it is luck, but I think a lot of it is like, I mean, each kid is so different. For me, it was like you have to go into it being like a lot of parenting books will say you have to be like that cool CEO that's like always like the cool person. So I've learned through therapy and like reading a lot of books just to be like cooler than I actually feel inside. And when I can't be anymore, I just do this thing where I go, you know what? I'm having a really hard time right now. I'm going to go in the other room and scream at my pillow. Or like, maybe you might hear some screaming. It's cool. Or I might do some yoga if I can actually muster the strength. And then I'm going to come back and try this again and just show them like that's better than being like trying to stick with it or get mad at them in a way that like I don't know, a lot of the parenting stuff like because when you're asking like a 4-year-old to go to the bathroom and they're not doing it and you're asking them basically to have the potty training ability of a 12-year-old but they're 4.
They have no logic. They're figuring it out. I have regular questions I can go into if you're interested.
Okay, yeah.
We love to know what brand of toilet paper do you use, and do you put it on the roll over or under?
Okay, so I definitely go for the Lux toilet paper. I think I'm a Charmin person probably, or it doesn't matter. Whatever is the softest. And I honestly probably wouldn't be if I wasn't married. I'm kind of a cheap person, so I think I would be fine with Trader Joe's, to be honest. But like, my husband would never. Like, he would be like, "What is this?" And I'd be like, "Well, I was at Trader Joe's, so I just picked up this." And he'd be like, "Well, I'm not wiping my butt with it." So
you're forced to have the plush stuff.
Put it over. You have to put it over so you can pull down. And I'm very good about, you didn't ask, but I am very good about replacing the roll immediately when I am done.
Yeah.
I can tell if someone else has been in my house. Like if I have a guest, I'm like, oh, there's the empty roll. That would never happen on my wall.
It's literally my biggest pet peeve. Number 1 biggest pet peeve.
Like, so crazy. And I always have extra,
Yeah.
I always have extra in my bathroom. Like, it's like you can always get to it. But yeah, if you ever come over, you will have nice toilet paper. You have poopery.
Oh.
You will have all of the fragrances.
You said something about a bidet before.
We definitely have a bidet. We have the one that you have recommended, I feel like.
Probably when I saw you 3 years ago, we were all about that one brand.
Snap-on bidet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, we have that. We also have the stool thing.
Oh, squatty potty?
I don't really use it, but it's in the way at this point in my life. But my husband's like, "What do you mean? We can't get rid of it. It's the great."
Nice.
Does the kids use it? I feel like it's good for them because their legs aren't like dangling.
It is. Yeah, you're right. Well, one of them does, and one of them's like, "Why do we have this?" And I'm like, "I know."
Nice.
Yeah, we have all the accoutrement.
Yeah, that's good.
You get 2 for answer. There's a 2 for 1 answer.
Yeah.
That's definitely a question bank.
In LA, we have extra room in the bathroom.
Yeah.
To have all the stuff.
Yeah. I like a nice pooping experience with all the stuff. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna upgrade to like a bidet that's got warm water.
Yeah.
That feels like such a, I don't know. I mean,
I'm so used to the cold water now.
Was telling me that like in like a lot of countries they don't even drink cold water, but I feel like they probably would be like, "Why are you using cold water on your butt too?" Like, that's crazy.
I like the cold water. I mean, that's the only kind I have on my bidet. But
Yeah,
I think the warm water would like fuck me up, thinking like something else was going on back there. Like, it's
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Never get off the toilet.
It's already hot coming out, so I'm like, and there's more warm water going in there. So yeah.
My youngest is coming in saying he has to go to the bathroom. Do you need my help? Okay. Can you give me 1 second?
He's got to do number 2.
Yeah. Here,
We're
I'm
having
just
a
gonna-
live number
live.
tour.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm just gonna help him put the little toilet seat on. You're not gonna have to see anything. AJ.
Yeah, but this is such like a live experience.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he still has the toilet seat that goes in the seat.
Well, yeah, because they're too tiny for the regular seat.
Yeah, and now
I've
he's
seen
asking me
those,
to
they're
leave
great.
the room. Okay.
He's
Can
like,
you get on the toilet? Yeah, his butt will just fall right in.
Yeah, exactly.
He's done that before. His face looked like he thought he was like falling into a pit of hell. He was like, goodbye.
he's like, get out. It's too funny.
And-
It's okay.
And when you're pooping, do you sit or stand to wipe your butt?
Ooh. I mean, I feel like a double wiper, so it's like sitting first and then standing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fine.
but yeah, definitely it's easier to stand.
Yeah.
As
yeah.
a woman, it's, I feel like we have to worry about going from.
Are you talking about
front to
hovering?
back.
Are you talking about hovering or standing straight
I'm
up?
hovering. Yes,
Okay.
I'm hovering. I guess it's hovering.
Yeah.
That's what you would call it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the things that I didn't realize, like I'm in a mom's group that people are like, wait, you have to wipe front to back? And you're like, you're a 40-year-old woman.
That's crazy.
I know. Well,
You're like, are you having
someone the other day was like, what soap do you use to wash your vagina? And somebody was like, you don't have to use any soap. It's self-cleaning. And they were like, I've been just putting Dr. Bronner's in there for like, they're like, you're getting yeast infection. Like, it's like, it's so crazy the things you don't know about your body. If someone doesn't teach you, you're like,
You have like one of those, like a
You're
bar,
clueless.
like a bar of ivory soap up there.
yeah, she's just like, I mean, I saw something the other day where someone was like, wait, I've been taking a tampon and putting it between my labia like a hot dog.
Oh my God.
He was like, no one showed me how to use them. I just thought you
Wow.
like get caught.
Oh, it just sort of like
Like
acts
a
acts like
smaller pad.
yeah, like, does it act like a dam or something? Like it just sort of like it's a catch-all. Sometimes you
And
don't
I
get
was
all of
just
it.
Like, oh my gosh, you really don't know.
This is why
Okay,
we need
let me
more
see.
sex education.
Yes, exactly. Are you done? Okay.
Oh my God. Now
Okay,
we're getting
you
a
gotta
live
wipe.
Yeah.
I
cleaning
know.
up.
Okay, I'm putting the phone down. For
Yeah,
a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Yes.
We do not need to
Live.
see
No, look at
anything,
my
but
sink.
yeah. We don't need to
Okay.
see it, but it's live
No, you
happening
can
right
hear
now.
today.
Ooh, we
live.
heard the bidet.
He says he's tired now.
Oh, well, yeah, pooping can do that to you.
Yeah.
They're talking about poop, Ozzy. Okay, now let's wash our hands.
So good.
This has never happened on the podcast before. I love it. A real mom in action.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you. We're all done. Yeah, he's like, I'm washing in the other bathroom, not where all your friends are.
It's okay. We can't see him.
We can't see him, but we love the play-by-play.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Talking
that was
about
great.
kids, do you have any memories when you were a child of poops and farts?
Not really. I was like one of those kids that would just like, I had a younger brother, so I don't have any like fun stories about that. I probably told him some lies about farting, like if you fart too much, you'll die. Like I definitely
Right.
was that kind of person. I told him once that you only have a certain amount of tears. I was like, look, you got to stop crying. You only have a certain amount of tears. And if you run out, you start crying blood. And then you die. It was always like, and then you die.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
It
God.
was death related.
Yes. So I probably definitely told him some like creepy, like if you fart too much, your heart will pop out of your butt and you'll die.
Makes sense.
But I can't remember any specifics.
How much younger is he than you?
He's 4 years.
Okay, that makes sense.
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess. He's
That
in
tracks.
therapy too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like my sister fucked me up.
What do you mean I can fart and cry?
Yeah.
It's like I can't believe you told me that.
So funny.
And what is your best cure for diarrhea and or constipation, especially with your kids?
Well, I will say that like a few weeks ago, I definitely had some sort of like 24-hour food sickness.
Oof.
It wasn't too bad diarrhea-wise. It was just like once diarrhea-wise. But I was like Imodium. And then I was like, I need ginger ale with crushed ice immediately. And small sips of it. And then I was good. I never have a problem with constipation, but I'm constantly eating things, like I said, that make me
Block you up.
like not feel good. But I mean, all my kids, but my kids love salad, so we always have salad. So I feel like just eating a lot of vegetables is the good thing. But I mean, yes, diarrhea. I definitely am like, you got to have the best foods on earth, really, which are rice, white bread, like just everything that I love already. And then yes, ginger ale with crushed ice is my secret cure
Nice.
for everything.
Yeah.
My wife does ginger ale and crackers when she gets her migraines.
Oh.
That usually helps.
Your
Saltines.
wife has to do?
Mhm.
Oh, interesting.
Ginger ale and saltines after it's usually after like
Because ginger ale doesn't have caffeine,
Yeah.
and I always
you got
feel
the
caffeine
bubbles.
helps with headaches.
Yeah.
But
that's her post migraine go to.
treat. I'm telling you, ginger ale is like one of my like I'm not like very woo woo about too much stuff, but like if some people have like essential oils to cure you, I would definitely be like rubbing ginger ale
Yeah.
on your belly.
Right.
The
Take some of this-
bubbles help it. The bubbles are gonna soothe you.
Yeah.
It's like Vicks in the Hispanic community. You have ginger ale.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Ginger ale's my thing. It's so good.
And our very favorite question of the hour. If you had butt pee-pee, serious, horrible food poisoning, diarrhea,
Yeah.
and you had zero toilet in sight, you're out and
Okay.
about, you get to pick the location. Would you poop in your pants or somewhere on the ground or the floor?
On the ground.
That was easy and fast.
Yeah, I mean, I already pee on the ground constantly when I'm out drinking and there's no bathroom. I'm like, I mean, my kids have seen me. They're like, do you remember that time you peed next to the car when we got back from the airport?
You're like, yeah.
Parking garage? And I'm like, you don't have to like that. Like, that's your memory. Like, you like their favorite memory of me being next to a car. So, yes, definitely on the ground. I feel bad for anyone that would be going towards that area afterwards, but you know.
You just pop
I
a
would
squat no matter where you are.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes. I do remember one time in New York being so drunk and I was talking to some guy and we were walking and I was so drunk that I don't know why I thought it was a good idea, but I was just like peeing. I was wearing a dress. I was just peeing while I was walking.
Nice.
I'm assuming no underwear.
No underwear.
Yeah.
No underwear, I guess. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
like, you don't remember.
Did he notice what you were doing?
No, he didn't know.
That's
I never told
amazing.
him.
Wow, didn't
He never.
notice.
Now every guy that I knew in New York's gonna be like, "Was it me?" But no, I mean, I just remember being like, "Well, I'm not gonna like pee." You know, this is like it was like a first date or something. I mean, must have not known him well because I would have been like, "Look, I'm gonna go over in the corner and just wait." But at the time, I was like, a better idea would be just walk and talk. And just pee while I go. So I don't think I would have any problems with just
Yeah, taking a shit like
taking a shit
middle of the
anywhere. Really.
And it's
Fair enough.
liquid shit, so it's close to pee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. Oh my god.
And
That's
I'm
a good
assuming-
answer.
That's never happened. Neither scenario. You have not pooped your
Well-
pants or had to poop on the ground somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think I'd poop my pants because I just feel like as someone that's dealt with like children with like poop in their pants, it's like even worse.
Yeah.
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 That's a nightmare.
It's like, and then it's like an explosion and it doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And so then you're talking about like, I don't even know, up your back? Like,
Yeah.
where does it go? I don't
Yeah.
I
know.
mean, what if you're
I don't-
stuck in like the 405, like bumper to bumper,
God.
and it's go time?
That's when you look for like a cup.
Yeah. A cup. I feel like I need a bag.
Yeah, you look for like, yeah, you got a Target bag in the back. I know. Oh, God.
Nice. Fair enough.
It's very Bobby Lee of you. Bobby
Yeah.
Lee talks about shitting in the back of his car and stuck in traffic all the time.
Oh, that must be awful. I mean,
Yeah, the smell.
I feel like once you start doing it and your body like gets used to like doing it at that time, it's almost like you're training yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
To, like, it's no good.
Look at the
Yeah.
bathroom right behind me in the seat. Like, ugh. Gross.
They have little toilets. He needs to get one of those little toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like a travel one.
portable.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
totally.
He's got to love himself enough to get a little toilet.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, moving along, we got a little game we like to call
Shitty choices.
So shitty choices. You get two choices. They're both horrible, but and this kind of we thought of this actually right before the show started, and this kind of I feel like fits into your world right now. So your first choice would be not shitting or pooping for 1 month, just to get followers, be it Instagram, TikTok, or you poop and just be nobody.
If you could hold it in for an entire month and become
Yeah.
like a TikTok, Instagram celebrity overnight or
I
within
know
that
I'm
month.
supposed to say that I would poop and just love myself from all the things that I talked about. But
You're like, but
I feel like I feel like I would get the followers and then I would try to like tell people what happened to me in the holding it and how terrible it was so that it never happened to anyone else again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, you say hold it. I just feel like my body wouldn't. So I'm like, okay, I would get the followers, but I would also like, I don't know, I'd like poop myself at night or something. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't be
just
I
lie.
wouldn't be able to hold it in. So it's kind of a hard question to answer in the sense that I don't think my body would be able to.
I mean, a month's a long time.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
doing it and this is like purposely on. Like it was not like you're like I'm backed up. I'm holding this shit in specifically to get
Like
more
someone
followers.
like puts like a sews me up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a cork in your
Yeah,
ass,
you're-
laxatives
It's a
every
hard
not laxative, Imodium every day,
yeah.
cork in your butt.
You're backing yourself up on purpose.
But you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna be famous.
I think. Okay. He's saying he's eating chocolate.
Nice.
It all comes full
yeah.
circle.
Okay.
Just don't
Okay,
eat your
give me a-
chocolate in your bed.
Okay. And he said he gave it to his brother too.
Nice.
Sorry, the younger one does everything, and the older one's like, I don't know how to open a bag of chips, and I'm like, give it to your little brother.
Yeah.
I think I would get the followers. I don't know. I think I would just try. I think
Okay.
I would be
Honest answer.
not
Yeah.
healthy mentally, but 1 month TikTok star.
Yeah.
It feels
I mean,
fun.
after that, you could make money off of that success. You never know.
But where do you go? How do you follow up that?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know if I'd want those followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ones that like wanted to see me have this painful thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, but I'm sure,
Okay, so we
I'm
get
sure there's some people.
that's one for
that
the
love it.
followers.
What about
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
I think I-
I'm gonna go with. I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you guys
I'm just gonna like be a nobody. I don't want the pain. I don't want the potential
That's healthy.
medical
That's
issue.
good. You love yourself.
And I don't even
So
care about
happy.
social media that much. Where I'm like, I don't need that. But I mean, specifically that I would not. There's things maybe I would try, but not going to the bathroom for a month is not. I mean, it's horrible. Everything about that sounds horrible. So I'm gonna go with just shitting and being a nobody, or just being me.
Yeah.
Unknown.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine what I would look like making TikToks in that month. Like I would be just like rolling around.
Oh, it'd be a disaster. Towards the end of it.
Like just be like saying one word like TikTok.
Mhm. Yeah, help me. Like day 25, you'd be like, you'd just be dying.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, what would you do?
I would almost say, because I want this podcast to be famous, I would almost say I would do it for the podcast. Like
Wow.
if I did an experiment to make
Yeah.
sure, like we then all of a sudden Dave had 1 million listeners for every episode, I'd be like, fuck it. I'm doing it. Fuck it.
That's amazing.
But I also know me and my body and how insanely sick I would feel. And like, I can't even be constipated for 24 hours without like giving myself a suppository, an enema, laxatives, whatever.
That's
Like-
all out the window.
Yeah. No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You're like, yeah.
like I'm literally torn. If you were to promise me that this podcast would like skyrocket into fame for this experiment, I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So, but I know me and I know my body, and I have to choose the latter. I would just be a nobody because I know
that's
my
dope.
tummy would hurt too much. Like,
there'd be so many fucked up things with your body. Like
Yeah.
just oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
After a
like,
week.
I mean, I just keep thinking about like even just doing like a TikTok dance.
yeah.
Like if people are like that constipated.
Yeah. I've held this shit in for a week once. It is when you finally go, it feels like your insides are being ripped apart.
Yeah.
It is not fun. It's
Yeah.
just like it's awful. And I had broken my leg. I just didn't want the nurse to like have to help me in the hospital, so I purposely held it in. And after 1 week, I'm like, I can't. It was insane how bad it hurt. So that
And she
a
was
week.
like, "This is literally my job."
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I was like,
She's like, do you know how many people's asses I've wiped
Yeah.
today? You're not special.
I was like 15, 16, but like even that young, I was like, oh my god, like I can't. But
Yeah,
by
no, I
that,
get it.
by day
It's
7, I'm
like-
like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. Like I will shit on you anywhere. Just get it out of me, please.
Hold a little cup.
Yeah,
I will do it.
it's awful. So I'm not going back there.
yeah.
And that was a week.
yeah.
So
Oof.
Oof. Okay, so 2 for nobody, and then 1 for superstar.
Hey, I know. I still
Yeah.
got work to do.
Poop
No,
superstar, yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I wish I had that. I would do it for the podcast. I just know I would be so
Woo.
miserable.
That
I'd be
is-
like, is
In a
this worth
hospital
it?
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'd be fucked up.
literally.
Okay, we're gonna get into a little news. Yeah. So, we found this once again on the New York Post, which should just literally be called the New York Poop at this point because they have a whole poop section. I say it all the time. Thank you, New York Post, for your this ridiculous poop section. But this,
For your plethora.
yeah, this was technically in the living section as an article by Emily Lefroy from August 25th, 2022. So pretty recent. This woman who we found out is Scottish didn't poop for a month, but it got me thousands of followers. See how it all ties in.
You did it.
Yeah.
But she didn't. Now, we were looking at this article before we had talked to Julia, but basically, the article is like kind of like clickbait because it makes it sound like she was purposely doing this, but no, she had some kind of unknown medical issue, and there's a photo. I guess we could share it later, but she looks like she's like 8 months pregnant,
yeah.
and that's just all fecal impaction. Like she's only 38 when this all has happened. And this happened around February of 2022, that she was just like getting totally backed up, swollen stomach. And I think she says she's now with her 244,000 TikTok followers.
No, I started following her when we found this article. I think she has 500,000.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
she's got a ton.
Now she has like 500,000
And-
from this saga.
Yeah, she just basically was kind of what you're mentioning, like just sort of like chronicling each day what was happening. And she had, so this is February, this is all starting. She had surgery in July 15th after months and months of this stuff being in and out of the hospital. Every 4 weeks she was given medication to sort of like facilitate going to the bathroom. Nothing seemed to be working. And I mean, there's a photo on here. It says like day 34 of not going to the bathroom.
Oof.
And I mean, she's making all these TikToks. She's like in complete and utter pain, just like really awful. They were going to do some crazy surgery, but I guess the way that the medical the hospital worked is like they couldn't really schedule it, they couldn't do it, so they wound up like giving her a colostomy bag. But she's finally pooping. She's
Through
finally
the
through the
colostomy bag.
colostomy bag. But like
Yeah.
they had to like go in there and like, you know, reattach some intestines or remove stuff, reattach it.
Oof.
But they still didn't know what the actual cause was. But 34 days. Could you imagine? I mean, we just talked about it. But 34
No.
days of this,
No.
and she
And
looks.
and now what did she talk about, Ellen? On her
I don't know. It literally it was just right before we started recording, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to follow her saga
I mean, who
because I
knows?
kind of want to invite her on as a guest. Like,
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
us more, because maybe there's stuff that the New York Post isn't telling us that she can like fill in for us.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, I imagine probably just like in the follow up, because in the article that we were reading in the little TikTok post after she got the actual colostomy bag, you know, she was just still like it had burst at one point
Ugh.
because she was just getting used to it and not, you know, so she was like she was really paranoid about that, so she was like setting her alarm like once every single hour so it would never happen again.
Oof.
So I imagine it's probably just like the sort of post op how my life has been.
And we had a colorectal cancer survivor on. Remember Caroline, and she told us a couple times when her bag popped. Like, it just happens.
Yeah. So
You
Oh my
know?
God.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Give me a Manani. I can't imagine being the person that unfollows her when she like can poop finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're like, ugh.
So like we're done here.
You're happy again. You're healthy.
Yeah, this is boring. She's like, now I can't pee. It's like it's a whole new problem.
Well, ask
So-
Julia. She can pee anywhere.
Yeah. Well, with that ridiculous story, which tied in, I feel like really nicely with our little game.
Yes.
Julia, thanks so much for being on our show. You're
Thank you.
amazing. And please tell our audience where they can find you. Like, just promote whatever you need to promote.
Yeah, I mean, easily you can find me on Instagram. I post at least once a day, and it's at Skull Swap, but there's an underscore between Skull and Swap because Skull Swap was taken, obviously. You know, such a popular thing. And I'm on Twitter as my name. I think it's just Julia Segal, Segal. And I post there often, but I've been putting the jokes really on Instagram. So
I love
Check
them.
it.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, check it out. All right, then. Well, thanks for being on the show again.
thank you so much for having me. I didn't know talking about poop was going to be so fun.
Yeah, right?
And we had a live child pooping on the show.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's a
we've
first.
never had that before.
We're probably all going to get arrested for that for some reason. Why? It might be illegal. I don't know.
Well, we didn't see anything. We barely heard anything.
It was a little person. It wasn't an actual child. Just for anybody listening, it was a stunt.
They only did it for 20 minutes, so the child labor laws are fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was SAG. But yes, thanks again, and thanks for laughing, learning everything but with us.
And happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
For more info, go to heypoopypodcast.com or email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. You can send in show ideas, guest requests. Check us out on Twitter at heypoopy, Instagram at heypoopypodcast, TikTok, heypoopypodcast, and our awesome new Facebook fan page. Go check it out at heypoopypodcast. We're also on Discord at heypoopydumps, or you can contact us at our new awesome hotline, 203-998-5579.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect for Entertainment. Produced by Dave and Ellen. Edited by Dave. Executive producer Stormy Leather. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy!